I have spoke to the UFC on multiple occasions about this fight. I'm chasing it up. I want the fight. I've been on record and said that I want the fight. I've been on the phone with the UFC saying that I want the fight. When's it happening? I want the fight more than anyone. What is holding it up right now is his side.
The UFC's heavyweight division is buzzing with drama as Jon Jones, the reigning champion, faces rising star Tom Aspinall in a fight that split the MMA community. Guys, we're giving away $500 once we hit 500 subscribers. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for a chance to win. Fans are torn. Is Jones still the GOAT, or is Aspinall the future? This fight isn't just about a belt, it's a collision of eras. But the road to this showdown is riddled with drama, from accusations of fight avoidance to debates over legacy. Jon "Bones" Jones, with a record of 27-1, is a fighter whose talent is as undeniable as his controversies. After dominating the light heavyweight division for over a decade, Jones moved to heavyweight in 2023 and swiftly claimed the title by submitting Cyril Gane. His fight IQ, wrestling mastery, and unorthodox striking have made him nearly unbeatable. However, his career has been marred by repeated scandals. In 2020, he received a 15-month suspension after testing positive for turinabol, a banned steroid, a setback that reignited debates about his legacy. Outside the cage, Jones's legal troubles, including a 2021 arrest for domestic violence, have further complicated his reputation. While Jones battles his past, Tom Aspinall is writing a new chapter. The 30-year-old Brit, with a 14-3 record, has skyrocketed through the heavyweight ranks with a mix of humility and violence. Aspinall's UFC debut in 2020, a 45-second knockout of Jake Collier, announced his arrival. Since then, he's dismantled top contenders like Andrei Arlovski and Sergey Pavlovich, the latter in just 69 seconds to claim the interim title at UFC 295. Unlike Jones, Aspinall's reputation is squeaky clean. Fans adore his respectful demeanor and relentless fighting style, which blends crisp boxing, agile footwork, and a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. His rapid rise has made him a symbol of the UFC's evolving era, where speed and versatility trump sheer size. Yet Aspinall's biggest challenge isn't just defeating Jones, it's convincing the UFC to book the fight. Rescheduling Jones versus Miocic for 2024 and sidelining Aspinall. This decision sparked fury. Critics accuse the UFC of prioritizing nostalgia over merit, with social media erupting in outrage. Fans react on Twitter. If you are really the GOAT, then fight against Aspinall. You took the fight against Miocic because it's the easy money fight. Are you afraid, champ? Are you scared? Highly doubt it. You have beat 3 generations of the best fighters, each in their prime, which were all killers. You absolutely deserve to do what you want and fight another legend, even if people won't give you credit for Stipe. Would I enjoy an Aspinall fight? Yes. Always root for you to win. But I'm sorry, but Aspinall has done more than you at heavyweight, especially in a division where the belt changes hands so often. Heavyweight is Joe joke. You've had 1 fight at heavyweight, and you act like you are the king of it. You didn't beat Francis. Israel Adesanya talked about Tom Aspinall and his father, calling them cool dudes.
But Aspinall, he and his dad, cool dudes, lovely guys as well. But he's the same height as me, if not an inch taller, but thick. And I was like, fuck, you're a lot thicker than I would expect. And the speed, that's the thing that I'm like, okay, that's the danger. But again, grappling, he's a black belt. Jon is
It's different.
But I don't know, man. They gotta fight. But if they don't ever fight, we'll never know.
And expressing love for them. He mentioned that Aspinall is about the same height as him, maybe an inch taller, but he's thicker than Adesanya expected. He also noted Aspinall's surprising thickness and highlighted his speed. Adesanya acknowledged the danger Aspinall poses due to his speed, but also mentioned the importance of grappling, pointing out that Aspinall is a black belt, while Jon Jones is in a different category when it comes to grappling skills. As the debate rages, analysts and fighters are dissecting every possible angle of a potential Jones-Aspinall clash. Former UFC champ Michael Bisping, a fellow Brit, admitted on his YouTube channel,
story that is trending all over Twitter when it comes to mixed martial arts is that the greatest fighter of all time, talking about Johnny Bones Jones, is more than likely going to fight Tom Aspinall and more than likely gonna be paid around $30 million. That is what Joe Rogan was talking about on his podcast.
Is he doing Proria or Aspinall?
Aspinall.
Yeah.
He struggles with the names, to be fair, this guy.
I think it's going to be Aspinall. I think they're trying to come to some sort of an agreement. The rumor is that he wants $30 million, and that the UFC is going to pay it. Hopefully.
If I give him the opportunity to fight me, I want to be so compensated. I want to say it, I want that you money to the point where if I won or lost, that it really wouldn't matter.
In a recent interview with Submission Radio, Sonnen shared what Aspinall told him just minutes after Jones secured the win. One thing that Tom Aspinall said, Tom gained confidence being ringside to watch Jon Jones, Sonnen revealed. He said, "I've never watched Jon Jones except on television. Being ringside, he said he's too slow." Now, Tom also told us that he had just had a couple of beers. If that really is true, if he thinks he's faster than a 236-pound world champion, it makes me want to see it. One thing that worries me about Aspinall is what other people praise him for, which is he's been out of the first round one time. People praise him for that? I don't like that. That's a problem. If you're going to find a way to get the jump on Jon Jones, no one is doing it fast. And that's one thing that Jon has. He's tough, can regroup, shows up in great shape regardless of his lifestyle.
This whole Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones thing, for lack of a better word, is just weird. For me, it's just weird.
Daniel Cormier can't get on board with the idea that Jon Jones is ducking Tom Aspinall. Whether Jones versus Aspinall happens next or not, this rivalry has already reshaped the heavyweight division. For Jones, it's a chance to silence doubters and cement his GOAT status. For Aspinall, it's an opportunity to dethrone a legend and usher in a new age. As the clock ticks toward 2024, one thing is certain. The world will be watching.
So I'm not ducking Tom Aspinall. If I failed to fight Stipe, I would be ducking Stipe because we contractually have been signed up to fight over a year ago. This is Stipe's position. The Tom narrative came out of nowhere. He won a belt and now suddenly I'm ducking him. I've never had negotiations to even fight him, if this makes sense. So the fans are just ignoring it. They're ignoring all logic and they just have finally found someone that they think can compete with me and everyone wants to see it.
Jon Jones, the undisputed king of the UFC heavyweight division, is facing accusations of ducking Tom Aspinall, the young and hungry interim champion. Fans are calling for the fight of the decade, but Jones seems uninterested. Is it strategy, fear, or legacy preservation? The UFC heavyweight division is at a boiling point. On one side, we have Jon Bones Jones, a living legend and arguably the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. On the other side is Tom Aspinall, the interim heavyweight champion and a rising star who has been tearing through opponents with terrifying efficiency. The controversy began after Tom Aspinall's stunning first-round knockout victory over Sergey Pavlovich at UFC 295 to claim the interim heavyweight title. In his post-fight interview,
"Hello, John. I have nothing against you personally, but I just think I'm better than you. I just know that I can beat you in a fight."
Aspinall wasted no time calling out Jon Jones. "John, I just think I'm better than you. I know I can beat you in a fight." The crowd erupted as Aspinall asked his fans, "Who wants to see Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones?" The answer was clear. Everyone wanted it. Social media exploded with fans demanding the fight, and even UFC President Dana White hinted that this matchup will be inevitable. Jones initially dismissed Aspinall in a since-deleted tweet. "Everyone's the next big thing until I beat them. Just a few months ago, Gain was the absolute future of MMA. Now everyone's like, who the hell is that guy?" Aspinall fired back. "John, chill out, mate." Fan tweeted, "Aspinall just called out Jones. Let's see if the GOAT actually shows up or ducks again." Jon Jones responded to Aspinall's call-out with a tweet. He said, "Supply and demand at its finest. I love it." While cryptic, fans interpreted this as Jones acknowledging the hype, but not committing to the fight. Fight Aspinall. Literally nobody cares about you versus Stipe anymore. Get in that octagon. You've been called out. Tom will retire you, old man, despite the public pressure. Jones seemed unfazed. He later stated in an interview, "Beating Tom is just like beating Cyril Gain. What happens to me after I beat him? Nothing changes for me." This dismissive attitude only fueled accusations that Jones was avoiding a dangerous opponent. Tom Aspinall hasn't been shy about keeping the pressure on Jones. From playful jabs on social media to more direct comments in interviews, he's made it clear he wants this fight. But behind the jokes lies a serious message. Aspinall believes he's ready to dethrone Jones and unify the heavyweight titles. Adding fuel to the fire, Aspinall has also pointed out that Jones has a history of seemingly avoiding certain matchups. Jon Jones ducked Francis Ngannou for 3 years. Jon Jones doesn't like being called a duck. Over Tom Aspinall fight, fires back. I guess there was a video that resurfaced recently of me saying that after Stipe, Francis was the only fight I was interested in. That video was recorded well over a year ago. That was recorded before I got injured, before there was an intern champion crowned. I had already voiced that I wasn't interested in any more randoms. Now magically, I'm ducking a fight that's never been negotiated or discussed at any table that matters. LOL, I'm sticking to my plans. Jon Jones jumps for no one. How many belts does one need? How many times do I have to break my own record? Sports Rollo tweeted back immediately to Jon response. Yeah, you are not going to fight him. Stipe at this stage is washed. 42 years old and hasn't fought in 3 years. No one cares about that fight. It's almost like Jake Paul taking the credit for beating Mike Tyson. Aspinall right now is destroying the heavyweight division, and it's not close. Go ahead and finish this fight, please, and retire already. You are the GOAT, but honestly, you are holding up the belt for the real champion. Jon Jones then made a statement on social media that again sparked significant attention in the MMA community. Addressing rumors of a potential fight with rising UFC heavyweight star Tom Aspinall, Jones tweeted, "I'm 37 years old now. I've kicked everyone's ass. My job is to finish strong and make an amazing movie. Go join Tom Brady, Floyd Mayweather, and all the other retired badasses." This remark appears to dismiss the idea of a matchup with Aspinall, while emphasizing Jones's legacy as one of the greatest fighters in MMA history. With an undefeated record at heavyweight and a storied career spanning over a decade, Jones seems focused on cementing his legacy rather than taking on new challenges. Meanwhile, Aspinall, who has rapidly risen through the heavyweight ranks with dominant performances and an interim title to his name, continues to push for recognition as one of the top fighters in the division. The MMA community has been divided on this issue. On one hand, some analysts argue that Jon Jones has nothing left to prove. Mark Diakis, a former UFC fighter, told The Mirror Jon has done everything. He's fought all the top guys like Rampage Jackson and Lyoto Machida. He doesn't need to prove anything anymore. He should just retire. On the other hand, many believe that facing Aspinall is essential for Jones's legacy. Joe Rogan discussed this on his podcast, saying, if Jon wants to cement himself as the GOAT, he has to take on these young killers like Aspinall. Otherwise, people will always wonder if he avoided him. Rogan also addressed rumors that Jones demanded $30 million for the fight, a claim he later retracted after UFC President Dana White called it nonsense. Still, Rogan emphasized that fans want this fight more than any other. Even former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou has weighed in on the situation, offering a surprising take. Despite his own history with the UFC and failed negotiations for a fight against Jones, Ngannou has defended Jones's position. Ngannou told TMZ Sports, "I think there's a negotiation situation here that's involved, that we don't know all the ups and downs. He's in the position to claim what he wants," as he said. He said, "Aspinall needs that fight. I don't need it." And when you look at it, it's pretty much true. There's nothing that he's going to have more winning that fight other than money. But for Aspinall, who's someone coming and trying to cement his way in the division, that will be everything. Jon Jones has repeatedly defended his decision not to fight Aspinall, for now. There are fighters literally all over the world that think in the back of their mind, I can beat Jon Jones. There will be no statues of you. Go out and win more. Make your name greater. That is the only way you do it. The debate raged on, with fans refusing to back down, each side doubling down on their stance. Jones is ducking hard. He knows Aspinall is too dangerous. Another fan tweet. This isn't about legacy. It's about fear. Jon Jones recently tweeted on November 10th, 2024, addressing criticisms regarding his legacy and the notion of being called a duck. He stated, "If he becomes the best of all time, then calling me a duck would make sense. Right now, Way too early. My challenge to him: build a career like mine. Winning 5? Hard enough? Pudinera? I seriously doubt it. This statement reflects Jones's confidence in his own achievements, particularly his record of 17 title fight victories, which is unparalleled in UFC history. What does this mean for the heavyweight division? The delay in organizing this fight has left the heavyweight division in limbo. While Jon Jones remains the undisputed champion, many feel that his reign lacks legitimacy until he faces Aspinall, who has been dominant as interim champion. Aspinall's last 4 fights have lasted a combined total of just 3 minutes and 37 seconds, a testament to his incredible skill and power. Analysts believe his speed and striking could pose unique challenges for Jones, who has never faced someone quite like him. What happens next? As of now, there's no official word on whether Jon Jones will agree to fight Tom Aspinall. Dana White has hinted that negotiations are ongoing, but hasn't provided any concrete updates. For now, fans can only speculate and hope that this dream matchup becomes a reality. Whether it's about legacy or fear, one thing is certain: Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall would be one of the biggest fights in UFC history. So, what do you think? Is Jon Jones protecting his legacy by avoiding Tom Aspinall? Or is he genuinely uninterested in fighting someone who does nothing for him? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more UFC news and analysis.